Okay, we spotted some whales. Now the captain's taking us in closer over there.
Rice, seafood, I can't be happier, and with the $1 million view. Good morning. Oh, that's better. Now I'm ready
To go see some whales and dolphins off the coast of Tenerife. It's another beautiful day here in paradise. Look at the beach and the ocean. Who can complain? Stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna give you all the details you need to know if you want to plan your own boat trip. Now there are many different agencies here in Los Cristianos if you want to get out there on the waters. I went with Traveling Lady. The boat leaves at 11 o'clock, which means there's time for a quick coffee. Okay, let's go. Via Vi, overall rating 6. The only thing that saved that place was the location. Location, 10 out of 10. Strong location. Coffee, 2 out of 10. That was a terrible cappuccino. Value, 8 out of 10, €2 for the coffee. Now I'm late for the boat. Hey, that's the shore of Los Cristianos and we're about to set sail or motor off out there and we're gonna see some of those dolphins and whales, fingers crossed. Success, right away we saw a sea turtle out there, one of these guys. Okay, we spotted some whales. Now the captain's taking us in closer over there. We just heard now what we're seeing over here are pilot whales. Those things are bouncing in and out off the surface of the water. Amazing. Okay, we saw some of the baby pilot whales and they were sleeping. Now we're on the lookout for some dolphins and we're heading over that way. And they explain we should see many of them. What a great way to relax and get away from Tenerife and get some of this fresh air out here on the boat. It's a really enjoyable experience. Even if you don't see that many whales or dolphins, getting out here on the boat gives you a different perspective of the Canary Islands. Okay, the captain just spotted some dolphins. We're in for a treat. All right, the boat stopped here for a quick dip so the passengers could cool off. I think we're gonna see some more dolphins before we head back in. Look at these brave souls right here. The water's too cold for me. Was it cold? No! You're lying. It's cold. Okay, the Traveling Lady is heading back to port. She's gonna dock there. A successful day. We saw the pilot whales and we saw some of those bottleneck dolphins. And some other passengers gotta swim. You're not gonna catch me in the water. Okay, back on dry land, but now let's talk about the details of this trip. But before I do that, I'm gonna find some food. Now look at this beautiful place I found next to Playa La Vistas, right up here, El Pincho. I'm just settled into a table now there. I'm gonna order some food. Look what arrived, the first plate, these Spanish scrambled eggs with sausages in there over some potatoes. Truth be told, I do not like potatoes. I know that's strange, but I don't. Anyway, let's get into this. Warm and delicious, and this is holding me over to my next plate. Seafood paella, here it is, look at that. Oh, I can smell it. Rice, seafood, I can't be happier, and with the $1 million view. El Pincho, overall rating on that place, 8 out of 10. The food, delicious, cooked just right. A strong 8 out of 10 on the food. And the value, well, that was €26 for the eggs with the sausage and the paella and a glass of water. I would give it a 7 out of 10. But the atmosphere, well, look at that, 10 out of 10. A stunning view with the food. Oh, can't beat that. Now let's talk logistics on that boat safari. I'm staying in Las Americas, so from there it's a 25-minute walk, and this morning I took in the fresh air and I walked over to Los Cristianos, and there at the port is where you can get the boat. Now if you're driving in from further afield, you park up in Los Cristianos and you're right there at the port and you look around for one of the boat agencies. In high season, you might want to book online first, make a reservation, because if you get there you might find that you don't have a spot on the boat. Since I'm on my own, it's easy to get a spot, and I just walked right up and I made a reservation. You can do what I did and do a little bit of research on Google or TripAdvisor first to save yourself a little bit of the hassle when you get there, because when you get there, a lot of those agencies are going to be outside with their agents and trying to lure you in for their boat trip, which may or may not be a bad idea. And the boat trips, well, they run from either all day or a short 2-hour trip, which is what I did today. Some of them are catered, they provide alcoholic drinks, they provide lunch,
beach, and you can have just a party out there on the boat, which I recommend you do that. And then on the other ones, you get those stripped down versions, which is like what I had today, a 2-hour trip. And the cost, well, you can go with many different agencies. I went with Traveling Lady, and it was a good bargain. For 2 hours, I paid 25 euro. We got out there, we saw the whales, we saw the dolphins, the boat stopped so we could swim. But definitely when you're in Tenerife, this gives you a different option. So you're out there on the water, you get some fresh air and a new perspective.